Good evening to all of you, and I hope I am clearly audible and visible. And welcome you all to the one day seminar on the career pathways for registered dietitian, clearing up the confusion in the dietetics education. Today we have with us Ms. Komal Srivastava, who is a registered dietitian and now she is working as a senior dietitian in the Apollo Multi Speciality Hospital, Kolkata. So before we start, we just want to give a brief intro about FSTN. So I will take up just a few seconds from ma'am so that I can give a brief intro to all of you. So those who have registered with us from the FB or Insta, but you don't know anything about us. So for them, I just want to give a brief intro and after that, we'll start. Okay, so I hope I am here. Okay, so welcome you all to the FSTN Exploration Foundation and welcome you all to the one day seminar on career pathways for RD, clearing up the confusion in dietetics education. And today we have with us Ms. Komal Srivastava. So these are the FSTN board members, and FSTN Exploration Foundation is an ISO certified organization. The highest health certification OSAS is with us. Along with that, it's an MSME approved organization, Niti Aayog certified and Niti Dorpon certified organization. Also, we have recently done a collaboration with Medhabi Foundation under Skill India. So all our certification courses are under Skill India. Along with us, we have just opened our physical mode FSTN Academy on 9th February 2025 with a lot of renowned dietitians present in our Kolkata. In the presence of them, we have opened this FSTN Academy in offline mode in the Kamarhati, which is in Belghoria area in Kolkata. Along with that, the FSTN Exploration Foundation are giving various certified courses, which are the Certified Diabetes Educator, Certified Renal Dietitian, Certified Pediatric Nutritionist, ADPMP program, Certified Sports Nutritionist program, 30 days short term course in space nutrition, the certification course in critical care nutrition, certification course in GI nutrition therapy, as well as in food processing technology. The very two new courses which will start from the month of April, the certification course in gynecology nutrition and the special certification course in renal nutrition. Along with that, you can take our membership with a very minimal charges where you can get some offers for our various seminars, webinars which are going to be held every month. Also, FSTN Exploration Foundation is going to have some physical industry visit in West Bengal. We have done our industry visit to Coca-Cola, Mukhorochok food industry as well as Parle and Britannia. Also, we are able to post training in collaboration with the Bharat Chamber of Commerce. So we have already given the education on the food safety supervisor with the FSSI officers in Bharat Chamber of Commerce. We have done more than 200 students. We have done the training of more than 200 students. So those were the backbone of FSTN: Dr. Shobhik Tiwari, founder and CEO; Dr. Swati Nakhel, director of FSTN; Professor Dr. John David and Bipasha David, president of FSTN Exploration Foundation; academic coordinator and the head faculty of FSTN, Ms. Ishani Ganguly; Chayan Mahapatra, who is the technical manager of FSTN; Ms. Aparupa Chakraborty, secretary of FSTN, as well as Mr. Animesh Bishas, managing director of FSTN; Mohammad Fardin, technical advisor of FSTN, and last but not the least, Ms. Ritika De, admin of FSTN Exploration Foundation. And we are also expanding our team. Shubrata has suddenly joined us, and we are also expanding our team as FSTN Academy has opened up in physical mode. A big thank you to all of you. Whenever we are launching any of the courses and all, you have always with us, and not only that, for the various seminars and webinars we are arranging. You are always been with us. So thank you so much to all of you. And majorly thanks to all those renowned dietitians who are saying yes just in one call in spite of their busy schedule. Also, I am very much overwhelmed to Komal ma'am. We know the schedule being a senior dietitian of a renowned hospital in Kolkata, Apollo Multispeciality Hospital. So she has given us the time to clear out the doubt because she has done the RD, she has cleared the RD. So a lot of students have some doubts on RD, that how it is, what is the exam, how it is being going. A lot of questions are also being asked. So I have sent all the questions to ma'am. So I hope the ma'am will do accordingly. Ma'am, the dais is all yours. Ma'am, you are not audible. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Okay. So I think you
Good
all are
evening.
muted. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
No issues. Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Yeah. The thing is, I might have to, put off my camera because I have some network issue. I will continue at any point of time. If you all feel that my voice is not clear or I am not visible, kindly let me know.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so I have a small PPT to share with you all. I'm sure you must have gone through the, the websites. How many of you have gone through the website of Indian Dietetic Association? I think maximum of you all, right? So hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now the thing is, now see, when we take up this subject as we take up as a nutrition, we don't take up as a dietitian. When in my, I'm talking about my time, because when I cleared my masters, it was 2007. Five our state and city also. So at that point of time, it was only nutrition, and I think in Biharilal there was, it was termed as clinical nutrition and dietetics. So both were same. And when you took up this subject in today's scenario, the scenario is a bit different because you all are focused that you want to be a dietitian, you want to take up this subject. So now the field of dietitian is not only with the diet charts. First of all, I want to clear these things because when you are studying a subject, the options are huge. You can take up a teaching as a profession. You can become a a clinical dietitian. You may join R&D, taking up further studies. You can go for your postgraduate, or you can go for your PhD. So all these things, they are career opportunities for a dietitian and a dietetics is huge. So a dietitian integrates management theory. So being a dietitian, it is not only the part of a dietitian. Okay, this much calorie is to be given, this much calorie I have prescribed, and you can follow this. No, you have to understand the socioeconomic background also. That is also part of this subject, which many of us forget in passing time. Second, it is about managing how you are going to manage, the meal of a person, because when you plan a meal or a diet chart, it is for one person, but you have to think of the other aspect, that is the person stays with the family member. So taking a recall what type of food pattern they take or they eat, that is also utmost important, because maybe because of lack of time, or maybe because we don't want to, we are not aware also. Okay, so those things needs to be taken care of, and we have to, integrate all these little aspect into one. And that actually is the role of a dietitian. The role of a dietitian is not just to, when a patient walks in, you prepare a diet chart, you counsel and you give it. No, you have to club the whole, you know day cycle of that patient and patient's family also. So when we talk about dietitians, so the very first thing what struck me when I took up nutrition as my subject in +2 only, because at that point of time we had this commercial science बोल के category. So then in plus two, I studied nutrition. Then in BSc, I did home science in food and home science with specialization in food and nutrition from JU. And then I did my masters from Coimbatore. So now, at that point of time, graduation time, I was clear ki what is to be done. So my suggestions, first of all, to each one of you who wants to take up this exam, please focus on what exactly you want from your study. If you do an extra degree, add on. If you do an extra degree like I did B.Ed also, because at that point of time MSc was not there in JU, and we had only MSc in CU, and I was not at all, to be very honest, interested in doing my masters from CU. So I waited for 1 long year because results comes out in August or September, and then by that time admissions for other state colleges are over. So I waited for 1 year. I did not want to waste my time. So I waited for 1 year. I did not want to waste my time. So I did took up B.Ed. That now I work as a part-time lecturer also in many of the online platforms. So it gave me a knowledge of how to teach, how to explain. See, what I'm trying to explain is now degree goes waste. So, but you need to be focused. If you want to take up R&D, definitely you go for RD. It is good. If you want to take up PhD, then being RD, not RD, doesn't matter. If you want to take up a clinical aspect, or you can, you know, you will, it is an add-on thing. Definitely, it is an add-on thing. But the broad aspect of patient's clinical part, starting from the signs and symptoms of a disease, starting from the blood parameters, how to read the blood parameters, how to correlate the blood parameters with the patient's disease condition, and then this two clubbing together, you will know how to plan a diet, and then what all needs to be restricted, what all needs to be included. So this is a very very vast aspect, and trust me, in my 17 plus years of experience, what I have gained is via practical implications. So whenever you are being posted to any of the centers or the hospital, try to make maximum use of those internships, because that is the window period of you to learn. And trust me, you have to have a critical thinking, you have to have a logical thinking, you have to club what you studied, what you are doing, and then what is good for the patients. So registered dietitians are most credible, yes, valuable source of nutrition advice. This I actually agree, yes, but again, it is not always necessary that those who have got registered dietitian, they have vast knowledge. I know people who are not registered dietitian, they have vast knowledge. I know people who are not registered dietitians, all of our seniors are not, but again, their vast knowledge, we rely on their experiences. So experience is utmost important. We cannot overshadow the experience of a experienced person than to that who has joined in new, because that person is still in the learning process. So they are life members of Indian Dietetic Association. So this is a category of being a registered dietitian, and they require to adhere to the ethics and the codes which is registered or given by the Indian Dietetic Association. So RD title is a differentiator of quality advice for the patient. See, in our setup, how many of patients they come up, they come up and say that, dietitian এর সাথে দেখা করতে চাই, I want to visit a registered dietitian. Registered dietitian application is very much there in, I'm not talking about our state, other state I cannot comment, but in abroad it is, yes, very very important. So while all registered dietitian are nutritionist, because we have studied nutrition, I studied dietetics, and then I gave exam, now I am a registered dietitian. But everyone who is studying nutrition is not a registered dietitian, that we know, because to be a registered dietitian you have to clear those exams. So once you clear those exams, the RDA board, they give you the certificate that you are a registered dietitian. But there are different sorry sorry. So there are steps that needs to be followed to become a registered dietitian, and the most important one is studying, exploring, getting experienced, sitting for exam. So these four things needs to be clubbed, and that, trust me, you, it has to come from within you. So RD stands for registered dietitian. We all know that a registered dietitian is an authorized to prescribe medical nutrition therapy. But this is not true. We in our setup, even non-registered dietitian, they do give diet charts because they are experienced. They have studied their subject. They did BSc, masters, and now they are, after practicing so many years, they know the in and out of a disease condition, and now they are a dietitian. So definitely they can give a medical nutrition therapy. They can give a therapy to the patient, they can give the diet chart to the patients, and they can club many things of the patient's aspects, blood parameters, as I mentioned, and then give a proper diet chart to the patient. And follow up is definitely required. So, what your registered dietitian does, a non registered dietitian also does the same thing. It's only the tag is there that you are registered dietitian, and it is always good, as I mentioned, to add a degree. It doesn't goes in waste. So, an RD is food, nutrition, and dietetics expert with 3 to 4 years of nutrition and dietetics with UGC approved curriculum. So, 3 to 4 years. Now, I think it is 4 years for BSc. Pattern has changed. So our time it was 3 years, and now we have this semester pattern. Initially, it was 1 year, first year, second year, third year. But now in 3 years we have 2 semester in each year. So 6 semester or 4 years of nutrition and dietetics in a UGC approved curriculum. So whichever college you are studying is in, definitely those colleges must be having a UGC approved curriculum, because they are all affiliated to good university, maybe state or some other, but again affiliation is there. So if it is affiliated, definitely go through the UGC approved, they go through the UGC approved curriculum. Or after you passing your BSc, you can either go for masters or PG diploma, but it has to be a regular one. Second criteria is your 6 month internship with competency package of IDA approved hospitals, which I will be discussing under the guidance of eligible registered dietitian. And then you have to give an exam and the RD board. Now, this RD board examination center and RD board is totally a separate set of group of people, and they only decide on what is to be done with the each year RD exam syllabus, testing patterns, everything. So it is like good, whoever is your IDA chapter secretary or president or conveyor, you contact them and find out what exactly, or else on the website you get every details of whatever you want. It's a very beautifully planned website wherein all details are being given properly. So now, when I spoke about RD internship to be done in an IDEA approved hospital. So from the website, you can get a list of hospitals in your setup, which are all the hospitals who are giving you a RD internship. Again, this pattern is something that is to be between the hospital and the ID committee, RD committee. So you need to find out from the website which are all the hospitals. Then you need to approach those hospitals head, so that you get a clear picture of what exactly needs to be done. It is only by those set of peoples who are giving the internship and the IDA board or the RD board of the IDA. So you need to coordinate with them. Again, all the details and their mail IDs are being given in the website. You can cross check there and you can approach them. So and the biggest criteria is at least 100 or more beds. So whichever hospital is RDA approved, those RDA hospitals like IDA has approved, which has got a bed strength of 100 or more than that. So hospital dietitians with minimum, what are the criteria for internship? So this is all this is something that is there in this website. These are the hospitals. You find out who are the dietitians, chief dietitians, or the dietitians committee who is giving registered dietitian internship. And once you get to know them, approach them physically, ask them about how to go with it, and then they will help you with the steps, because it is between the committee and the registered hospital, sorry, idea registered hospital. So hospital dietitian with minimum 2 years of full time experience post RD. So these are the criteria of a hospital and the dietitian who is giving the internship to the students. Say for example, if I am a student and if I am planning to go for registered dietitian internship, to apply for registered dietitian exam, I will go to the XYZ hospital. I will find out who is the registered dietitian there, and then I will definitely look into her background. So IDEA will approve only when this registered dietitian has got 2 years of full time experience. So say for example, I cleared long time back in 2010, 2010. So I could not give the training to the students for next till 2012. It would have been possible only from 2013. So that is the criteria what they have set. Or 10 years experience with minimum 5 years in a multi-specialty hospital. Yes, this is true, because if you don't have an exposure in a multi-specialty hospital, the it will be difficult for you all to solve the issues, or the or the papers which is there uploaded. And if you have those who have gone through, you must have understood that it is actually difficult, it is not easy. So dietitians in administration and managerial roles are not eligible for trainers. So you don't need to worry for this, because idea has approved the hospital, idea has approved the teacher. So you are under good teacher only who is having all this criteria. Okay, so these are the criteria for the hospital and the ID committee. Okay, only one student. What is the eligibility criteria for those who are trying for registered dietitian examination? Only students who have attended graduation, that too full time, and post graduation, that too as a day scholar or by distance education from UGC recognized university. This is utmost important. So you find out. I'm sure you all must be from a affiliated university, but again, UGC recognized. They do follow this when it comes to distance education. That is true. Chief dietitian of recognized hospital will be responsible for checking proper documents before admitting the intern for an internship. So again, as I mentioned, those hospitals which are running or which are giving internship, this is for them. But again, even you should be aware of what exactly is the procedure. The date of the exam will be announced on the website. So every details of this RD exam, they give it on the website. An RD application form will be available from 1st September. But again, this is the time frame. They keep on changing as per the committee's meeting and protocols. So students will be able to download hall tickets from the website. See, because as I mentioned, at my when I applied, things were not like this. Everything, nothing was there in the website except for the syllabus and question paper backdated coupon, 10 years question papers. But hall tickets and all used to come from the board only to your given address. So results are usually declared in 8 to 10 weeks. This is absolutely correct. So within 10 weeks, I got my results. Certificate will be issued to the students who passed the exam. So there's nothing like I have given the exam or participation certificate ek mil gaya. No, it is nothing like that. Life membership of IDA before commencement of the internship, because they have this criteria. You, as I mentioned in the initial slide, that life membership is very much important. So graduate degree in food, and this is a minimum requirement, that you have to have a graduate degree. If you are BSc, you can definitely go apply, try for RD exam. But it is not that you have to have all the other degree. But it is always good, my suggestion, because it is a tough exam. So it's good to you know study well, go for further studies like masters, PG if you are planning, and then you plan for your RD exam. A graduate in home science with food and nutrition as a specialization, this was my criteria. the student should have covered a minimum of 4 courses out of the following. Because in the final year, because I had many universities, many colleges, they offer BSc in home science, and they have specialization, or even with BSc in home science with food and nutrition, if you have these subjects in your courses, definitely you are eligible for sitting or giving for RD exam. And other graduates is like nutrition related subjects like basic nutrition, biochemistry, human physiology, diet therapy, clinical nutrition, and diet and diseases. So if you have culmination of all these somewhere or the other, even if you don't have specialization, you can definitely try, and you can approach them that what exactly is to be done, and they will definitely guide you. They are very helpful, because at that point of time, as I mentioned, internet and everything was not so easy. So every thing, whenever you put a mail, at my point of time, putting a mail also was a big thing in 2010, what I'm talking about. So they will reply and revert back to each and every mail in time. So when the right time was, you need to just follow once it is declared, and then you do the needful what is to be done. So these are the hospitals that are offering RD internship in Kolkata. Again, my suggestion, you please find out which are all the hospitals where the internships are going, and then you approach the HOD of the dietitian, those who are giving RD internship, and then for do the needful. So, how long is the internship valid for? It is valid for 5 years. So, if you complete your 6 months of internship, say from Jan, example I am stating, Jan to June, in the month of July, you can definitely apply, and it is valid. You got a certificate in the month of June. From June, extending 5 years, your degree is valid. So, how much ever you try, you keep trying to give exam. If it clicks okay, if no, then you can apply for next year. This way it is 5 years. If a candidate wishes to write the exam after internship validity period is over, the candidate must repeat the 6 month internship or complete 5 years of work experience in a multi-speciality hospital in order to take RD exam. Because say for example, now when in my experience, what I'm explaining, I did not do any RD internship, but I did the second criteria, that is 5 years of work. So this has become 5 years, but initially when I did, it was 2 years. So 2 years as a full time dietitian I worked, and then after that I took up this RD exam. So as I mentioned, see, this is a committee, this is a board. They keep on revising the protocols, rules, so that things are better placed for the students and for the society and for the our fraternity also. So what is the percentage marks required? Again, this is very tricky. You need to have 50% marks total. I hope you all have gone through the syllabus, paper 1 and paper 2. There is paper 1 and there is paper 2. Paper 1 is 100 marks, paper 2 is 100 marks. Joining paper 1 and 2, you should score 50% to pass. But again, in both the papers, you have to have 45%. So say for example, in paper 1, if you score 42%, and paper 2, if you score 60%, you will not clear RD. In each paper, in paper 1 also you have to have 45%, and in paper 2 also you have to have 45%. And joining these two, I mean combining these two, then aggregation of 50% total, paper 1 and paper 2 is required. So this is all what I can say about RD. Now coming to syllabus. This is what it is all about. So I will just give you my insight on the syllabus. Now human physiology. So my suggestion, see, you have got many various books on human physiology. Try to use books which are simple. See, when you studied BSc, you must have studied your plus 2 science also. So if you had biology, physiology as your subject, that is good enough. Because when you have biology or physiology, you can go through your old books wherein you can recapitulate what you actually studied. So that way it is helpful. So in that context, I used what I studied was with C.C. Chatterjee, human physiology. It is in a very simple form because it is when if you are studying only for RD, it is different. But when you are working and you are studying, it is tremendous pressure. So I wanted to. I've always kept things very simple. So that is what you can from my end. But again, if you are comfortable in taking up the other books in which you are comfortable in, please go with it. There's no hard and fast rule. These are all your books available where they have given the reference also. You can go through these also. So but I found that CC Chatterjee absolutely uh, you know easy language to understand, easy to understand, and because I studied, it was easier for me. So when you talk about biochemistry, again, biochemistry, those who all are not comfortable, and it is tough, trust me, to remember all the cycles and all. And one full marks question with biochemistry is always there. It is mandate. One big cycle they will give with biochemistry. So biochemistry needs to be on your, you know, tips, especially on your those like carbohydrate, proteins, and fat metabolism is very, 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 very important. And the other thing is, like, for me it came as your electron transport. I still remember. So we were like I emphasized more on your nutrients, carbohydrate, proteins, and fats, but for my time it came as electron transport and oxidative phosphorylation, so which was very, very uncommon. So when they have given you the syllabus, you have to be thorough with the syllabus. You should be answering in each and everything. And then physiology and metabolic changes in diseases. This is something, what I did is when I studied paper one, few things I studied with paper two also. Say, for example, this topic, this paper subject, physiology and metabolic changes in diseases, is very much similar to your paper two, diet therapy, and this theory. Because if you look into the topics, they are very much similar. So the best part is to club the topics of paper. Don't study it as paper one and paper two. Say, for example, if you look into the biochemistry, as I mentioned about carbohydrate, or say, for example, fat metabolism, and you have in fat metabolism cholesterol, lipid, yeah, yes, biosynthesis of cholesterol and regulation bile as actually this is all one if you go through. Okay, and their metabolism. So now cholesterol is related with your dyslipidemia. Now when you are studying about biochemistry about cholesterol, then you can definitely club that cycle with this topic of your cardiac. When you cover this cardiac pathogenesis, role of nutrients in prevention, that is your antioxidants and all, then you will cover a part of diet therapy, which is again have a topic with your cardiovascular disease. So this is how you can club things so that it becomes easier for you. Say digestion, absorption, and metabolism, resynthesis. So these are the way you need to club together, because if you sit and study what I did, it was a big I did not had any guidance. Right now I think students are very, very lucky enough because you have so many platforms where you can learn things, you can get a guidance. But at when we were studying, there was no guidance as such. So I was studying it in a single frame. But it was too late for me to, club things and together. But again, when I spoke to others there, how they studied, because at back of mind when I went for the exam, it was there ki I might not clear. Okay, so I was just mixing up with the people to find out how they studied, how many times they have appeared, and what are the outcomes and all those stuffs. So from there I picked up that yes, this would have been an easier process of clubbing a particular disease with the biochemistry and then the diet. So whole thing gets framed, so it is very very easy. So this way you can do. And there are certain topics, like it's in paper 2, I think so. Yeah, this one. 17th number topic, military, naval personnel. This, during our times, it was not there. I mean, topic was there, content was very much a difficult task. So you can go through, journals and all to find out the proper answer, or you can plan all your answers to it. Okay, so this is there. And community nutrition, nothing to talk much, because you know this is something which we are studying. We studied in our graduations also and masters also. So whatever notes are there for your graduation and masters, you can continue that, because this is not a very big aspect. Whatever you studied is okay, that it will come. But again, what I noticed is from community nutrition, they don't give a very big answer. Big answers are from your microbiology, from your biochemistry, and diet therapy is a mandate. Two big answers from there will be there. Uh, this is all. Allergy, migraine. See now, say for example, if you look into this migraine and all. So if you write the answer, make sure you are not just picking up it from the Google and putting, okay, no, chocolate cannot be given. It has to be validated. Okay, so you need to go through journals, articles, from if you are picking up any answer, or you are planning notes, so that it is validated. It is authentic. इस journal में लिखा था बोल के I am aware of it. So they do follow all those, but it cannot be a Google based answer. Okay. So now what else? That's all. And okay, now coming to this syllabus. So there are many books, as I mentioned. So for me, I used CC Chatterjee for physiotherapy, physiology. Then for this thing, biochemistry also, it was a very simple book. I did not go for Langens, because it is very complicated for me. It was very complicated for me at that point of time. Then but again, those who have got a good hold, I will tell you all, please concentrate on biochemistry. Biochemistry is very important, very very important. Then what else? Whitney is a book that you can follow for nutrition, because it has got all your diseases included into it. Then you have this. Then you have this um, cross cross book is there. Sue Rod Williams book is there. But I studied everything for all the diseases from cross. I did not took a second opinion from any of the book. So for my diet therapy for diseases, for even for certain community topics also, you will find in cross. You need to be very very well versed with your current ICMR RDA requirements for even micronutrients. This all comes as a multiple choice. And the best part is, for multiple choice, it's not that I'm scaring you all. True and false is also there. Okay. And apart from that, you have this multiple choice. They will give you options, and you have to tick the correct one. And trust me, in that two answers will be having the same meaning. So you have to have a total insight, calm, quiet, and you have to have a logical thinking, because the answers are there in the sentence itself. from the sentence each word you have to pick it up कि what exactly वो लोग पूछ क्या रहे हैं. Second, if match the following होने से if they have 5 questions they will give you 8 options. Again, you have to have only 5 answers for that and rest as extra, and those extra will be in such a way that there are chances that it will coincide with any one of the answer. So be very very clear. So for that, I'm again repeating the same thing. You clear your biochemistry concept and mix biochemistry, blood parameters, and disease. Club together. Prepare notes in in a way that it is handy for you to carry, and everything is together with your diet, signs, symptoms, how your cycles are getting disrupted, where your cycle is getting disrupted, and how you are managing it with the other things. This is there. And now coming to the dietary part. Biochemistry, I have already spoken. Microbiology, those infectious or microorganisms needs to be on the toes. And what are the, interactions, their growth time, and the signs and symptoms. So that is also very, very important, especially for those packed frozen foods. It is very important. Then apart from that, now coming to the diet therapy. So now when you all will enter into any internship, be it RD or be it non-RD, for normal internship also, my request is for you all to please have a look on critical care units, because when you have you give an exam, they will give you the questions for diet therapy comes from the critical unit maximum, what I have gone through, because I could solve only 5 years ka paper, not even 10 years. So 5 years paper I solved, and maximum of it was from the critical unit. Even in my time, you can open up the paper, question paper of 2010, it was from the critical care. And it's very very tricky. And you cannot give your answers in form of supplements. Never ever write any name of the supplement. You are not supposed to. That can draw negative marking if they have this as a criteria. I'm not sure of what is the criteria for their exams and for their checking part and all. They will give you, once you apply for it, all the instructions. But don't put any supplement name even if you know. So try to give it from the indigenous items available in the kitchen. But again, you can always make a note. I wrote the whole thing with using normal, commonly available food stuff. Say for example, when in my hospital, when I joined, there was 5% of patient receiving blenderized feed. Now this blenderized feed used to be prepared with starch, egg white, salt, milk, and cornstarch or corn flour, arrowroot. Like this was the starch I mean mentioned. So, and we used to calculate the dry weight, and then they used to prepare, and it used to go to the patients. But after couple of years, we just removed everything. There's no blenderized feed in my hospital. It is all supplement based. So when I prepared the diet chart, I don't know how it struck me for that patient during the exam. So I gave those combinations with starch itna gram, itna oil, itna egg white. Patient is non-vegetarian. And then, because we know that egg white calories we don't calculate, so I mentioned if the patient is non-vegetarian, we can add this, and minus this calories, we will get only this calories. Okay. At the bottom, I made a note and said, like, we can give a blenderized feed, but it is always better to have a commercialized formula which has got this component, because my patient at what question I got was having low albumin levels. So I clearly mentioned that egg white proteins are available in a commercialized way. I don't know whether they liked or not liked, but this is how you have to justify. My point is not what I did. My point is like you have to justify ye nahi to ye. अगर ये दे रहे हैं तो ये क्यों, so that they don't get a second thought. This is clear, her concept is clear, the basic thing is concept. Because see, you are dealing with patients, a vast disease. When we study, it is only as diet and diabetes, diet and renal disease. But when we get patients, patient is having CKD, patient is having hypertension, patient is even having CA nowadays, and then CKD stage 5 on dialysis. So कोई भी सब्जेक्ट आपको ऐसे पढ़ाएगा, बट इफ योर concepts are clear, you will do it, you can do it. And try, those who are entering into internship or जो internship करेंगे, start reading the values, blood parameters, utmost important. You should know the range, you should know the conversion. This is also important. Many of the blood reports are in millimoles. Make it into our mg per dl. How to make it into mg per dl? I'm sure you must be aware of it. But again, these are the simple things that you need to keep in mind, and all be very, very calm. Don't take that headache कि मुझे clear करना ही है. But again, your approach should be, whatever I'm writing, I'm confident that what I'm writing is correct. In my 100 marks paper 1, I attempted only 80 marks. I could not even get time to attend for rest 20 marks. And again, for my paper 2 also, I attempted only 75 marks. To be very honest, I did not knew the answers. But I cleared. Because I was confident कि हमने जो पढ़ा है और जो attempt किया है, हम शायद पास हो जाएंगे. So with this concept from Chennai, I came back with this thought कि no, I will clear because whatever I have attempted, 50 मिल जाएगा क्या, 50 मिल जाएगा. That is how I came back. Because whatever I wrote for the answers I attempted, I was confident that this is only correct. So this is there. One more important thing, because don't take it otherwise. Many of our students, they come from a specific language background. To understand English is a bit difficult. So take time, start talking in English and understanding the questions in English. That is very important. That is actually very, very important, because over there your colloquial language is not going to help you out. It is your English language which will help you out to understand the question. As I mentioned, the questions are so very tricky that you can't even get a second time to think. आपने एक क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट कर दिया ना, आपके पास उतना टाइम नहीं रहेगा कि आप रिवीजन करो, कि आप दूसरा क्वेश्चन, वो वाला क्वेश्चन फिर से देखो. देयर विल नॉट बी एनी टाइम. Okay, those who are giving RD, or in near future you will give RD for biochemistry. I don't know how you all being taught, but again, you all must be aware that कभी भी cycles बना रहे हैं, so coenzyme को एक कलर में लिखिए, enzymes को एक कलर में लिखिए, and rest of the thing you put it in one single pen. So it becomes easier for them to understand, okay, this is the coenzyme, this is the enzyme. Okay, so these are very eye catchy things, and they have a very good, I did it that way. What I did, I'm telling you all that only. So for my biochemistry part, I used color pens, but don't use red, don't use green, and even don't use that neon colors जो आंख में दिखे ही ना आपको. That is important. Always use a waterproof ink. That they've also mentioned in the question paper also. When they give you the answer sheets, don't use anything which, if water falls, something happens. So use waterproof ink. That is very, very important. I know this might, you all might find it very stupid, but we were not guided. I was not guided. But again, when I got the answer script, उस समय ऐसा आपको ये ऑलरेडी एक टेंशन है कि एग्जाम का क्या होगा, एंड देन आपके सामने ये सब आएगा तो एक और कंसर्न रहेगा. These are very simple things, and be very, very prompt. जो हो गया, आंसर दिया, हो गया. आपको बैक जाने का टाइम नहीं मिलेगा if you have to attend 100 marks paper. So this is what I can say. Now coming to your queries one by one, if you come up and say, I think it will be easier because maximum of thing I have covered.
Yes, those who have questions, yes, Rupali, please go ahead.
And one at a time, please. Yeah, please switch on your camera so that I can see you all.
Uh, those who are asking, yes.
Good.
Ma'am, I'm pursuing MSc CND from Karnataka State Open University. It is a UGC recognized university, and in like apart from
Regular?
no, it's a distance
Distance.
education,
Okay.
but
But
it is
UGC approved curriculum.
yes, NAC
Okay.
accredited and it's UGC recognized university. It's from Karnataka, Mysore. So now I'm going to give my fourth semester exam. It's from 23rd April. So my question is like after completing my exam, do we need to wait for the result or we can join the internship for RD?
I think you need to wait for your result first.
Okay. We need to show the result.
You have to approach to the hospital where they are giving you internship. So what is their criteria set up with the IDA committee?
Okay.
That is there.
So we need to wait. Means what is the general rule? Means
Everything will be given up by the committee itself. It's
okay.
between the tie-up is between the IDA and the hospital. So I cannot say what is their tie-up.
Okay.
मैं हम भी वही हैं जहाँ आप हो. Next. Anything else, Rupali?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Next question.
Yes, please.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Rupali, can you please mute your mic? Uh, please, anyone have any other question? Yes, Aditi, I will convey the question to ma'am. Any other ones have any other questions? Okay. Okay, when the ma'am is on, then you can ask your questions.